Hi everybody, this workout is a Coach Tam and Coach Ali mashup. You will need a weight plate and a pair of dumbbells to complete this workout. For this exercise, let's stand nice and tall holding the weight plate over our head. Let's march stationary with high knees and steady upright posture. Your turn to have a go.
Okay, a 3 exercise combination for this one, guys. So this will be a really good warm up in particular. We're going to work some gentle burpees using the bench, and then we're going to switch it up and do some fast feet, get that heart rate up, and then we're going to finish the set off with some push-ups using the bench. Starting with the gentle bench burpee, you can see that I'm stepping into it rather than jumping into it, and then I'm also avoiding the jump at the top as well. I am going all the way down, getting that full push-up in. So again, just really circulating the blood and just getting the body warmed up with this particular exercise. Then we're going to switch it up and work some fast feet. So really focus on keeping your weight on the ball of the foot and just keeping your center of gravity nice and low so you can really pace up these fast feet. And then to finish off, we're going to go into some bench push-ups. So again, keeping a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle so that we're protecting your back and we're keeping your core active. And then working some push-ups from there until the end of the set. Your turn to try this combination.
Like a G6, like a G6. G6, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. So fly, like a G6.
Goblet squat and stiff leg deadlift combination for this exercise. So starting with one dumbbell, holding that goblet position where you're holding underneath one of the dumbbell heads and then you're pressing your forearms into the other head, you want to make sure that your legs are at shoulder width, and we want to do this one with feet parallel so we can really emphasize the quadriceps. Now as you drop down, make sure that your elbow touches your mid thigh, and that ensures that your back remains in the right position, and just make sure you're doing it with a neutral back the whole time. Then let's switch over, grab both dumbbells and work some stiff leg deadlifts. Much like a traditional deadlift, except we're keeping the knees soft straight this time round. So as you bend forward, there's only very minimal bend in the knees, and the reason you do that is to protect your back. Now make sure that your tailbone is pushed out and that you're holding your shoulders up in order to keep your spine nice and neutral. And then you can see that I'm opening up with my arms and pulling the shoulders back as I come up, and this is going to further emphasize the posterior. Your turn to try this superset. Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
this song. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky.
Sumo Deadlift. Start with a wide stance and V position feet. Drop into your deadlift, bending forward as your weight plate gets closer to the floor. Keep looking in front of you to maintain a neutral spine. Avoid tucking your tailbone to keep the torsional load off your lumbar spine. No rowing of the arms for this exercise. Your turn. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise.
Hips thruster and calves raise superset for this exercise. So starting with your hips thrusters, make sure you've got the dumbbell sitting at your hips, and then we're going to lift all the way up until you hit a straight line from your knee to your shoulder, and then dropping back down into that rested position. Now as you lift up, you're really squeezing your hamstring and glutes and your lower back, and then trying to put a little pause at the top of it before you get back down into that seated position. We're going to then switch it up and work some calves raises. So standing up with your feet at shoulder width, your spine nice and neutral. We're going to lift all the way up to the ball of the foot, engaging those calves, putting a little pause at the top if we can, and then dropping back down until your feet are nice and flat. Let's have a go at this superset now.
I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it all to myself. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it all to
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it all to myself. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it all to myself.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it to lose myself. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got it to lose myself.
We are doing an amplified wall sit for this exercise by placing the weight plate on our horizontal thighs to create extra weight. Knees should be bent at 90 degrees and your hands can rest on the weight plate. Let's hold this pose for the next minute. Your turn. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise.
a dumbbell deadlift and isometric squat combination for this exercise, guys. So starting with your deadlifts, now you can see that we're going into what looks like a squat, but you're leaning forward as you do it. So we're bending the knees, we're using the quadriceps, we're using the glutes, but we're also using our back for this exercise. So drop down until the dumbbells are almost at the floor, and then when you lift up, we're separating the dumbbells and pulling our shoulders back. So really emphasizing the flexion in the back for this one. Then we're gonna switch. Hold just one of the dumbbells and go into an isometric squat. So with this one, you want to make sure that your feet are just a little wider than your shoulders. Your feet are nice and parallel, and then you're dropping down into that squat while maintaining vertical posture. Hold the dumbbell in place until the end of the set.
Together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy. Spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, hey, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Hey, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy. Spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, hey, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Hey, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
This exercise is weighted glutes bridge. Lying face up with your weight plate resting on your hips, use your hands to support your weight plate as you lift into a glutes bridge. A little pause at the top as you squeeze your glutes will amplify this exercise. You try it. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise. Using a wall for support, rest the weight plate against your opposite thigh. Lateral leg raise as high as you can with control and return to the negative slowly. Make sure your feet remain parallel and keep the focus on your abductors and not your hips. A set with the left followed by a set with the right. You try it. Let's rest and repeat the last exercise.
A couple of different squat variations for this exercise. So we're starting with a dumbbell weighted sumo squat, and then we're going to change it up and work some fast-paced squats as well. So with the sumo squats, you can see that I've got nice wide footing and that my toes are pointing out. Now you want to make sure your knees are right on top of it as well. And this variation of a squat is going to really get into your glutes and work your hamstrings in particular. Then what we'll do is we're going to switch our foot position and go shoulder width with parallel feet. So this is going to transition everything and put the weight onto your quadriceps. Now we've lost the dumbbells, but we've increased the pace. So it's essentially your own body weight, but it's nice fast squats for this one. Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. Well done for getting through your workout today, guys. Let's take a moment to stretch and cool our body back down now. Comment and let us know what you thought of today's workout, and remember to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest workouts.